Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Ray Bradbury. Alright, gonna do another quick Ray Bradbury short story review for you today. This story is number 81 of 100 in this ongoing series, which I am reading. The story is called The Machineries of Joy. It comes from the 1964 collection of the same name. And also, I'm gonna apologize up front if you hear a lot of noise in the background. Somebody's having some construction or deconstruction work done just around the corner, and I can't do anything about that. Alright, The Machineries of Joy. So, it's an Irish versus Italian American comedy set in California amongst a community of Catholic priests. Yeah, you heard that right. Father Vittorini, he's obsessed with the space race. He sets up at night using the newfangled device of the time, the television, and he is watching rocket launches as they happen at Cape Canaveral. He is doing this, he's loud, it keeps his housemates up at night, and they're getting pretty annoyed with him. He keeps insisting that the previous pope had released a very poorly understood, little known encyclical claiming that it is okay and it is holy for man to go out and explore the reaches of space and take religion with them. They don't believe him, and of course they eventually come to the conclusion that he had made the entire story up. However, their rivalry quickly comes to an end. They get together one night, they sit down, they're being Irish and Italian over some alcohol, and he admits that he told a lie, and meanwhile they sit and watch the launch and they are impressed by it. The whole story is loosely held together by this quote: somewhere did Blake not speak of the machineries of joy, that is, did not God promote environments that intimidate those natures by provoking the existence of flesh, toy men and women, such as we are all, and thus happily set forth at our best with good grace and fine wit on calm noons in fair climes, and are we not God's machineries of joy? The implication here is being that we are in fact rockets. While the rockets carry us into space, we carry God's word or joy into space in some capacity. Of course, they can't actually agree whether Blake others said this or not, and there's some debate over whether Blake was Irish enough for their tastes. It is not a great story, but if you like a certain type of dry comedy, it can be enjoyable. And it was okay for this kind of morning. It's sort of raining out, gray, miserable, and it was okay. The Irish versus Italian American thing was kind of interesting. You see this even to this day in a small town like this. Like, there's Irish organizations, there's Italian organizations, old people's clubs from a different time that still persist. Both cultures very interested in their ancestors, oddly obsessed with it, but yet there's some rivalries, there's some competition, but it's sort of weird because they're all fairly similar. In this case of the story, they're both bound by a common religion, Catholicism, although they have sort of different views on interpretation. And they also have a common love of alcohol, which makes all things better in life as far as I'm concerned. The Machineries of Joy, not a wonderful story, but, as with anything Bradbury does, there's usually some kernel in there that's a good discussion starter, something to think about, and that certainly exists here. In this case, there's the idea that, and this is going to be coming up on us here pretty soon finally, what do you do about religion in space? For long, I think we're going to have some sort of settlement probably on Mars, thank you Elon Musk, and religion will be a topic of discussion. People will certainly take their religion, their belief with them amongst themselves, but then what happens when we meet somebody else out there? Does God's word exist? Does it have authority beyond Earth? We'll see. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to our channel, and we'll be back soon with another short story review in the form of Bright Phoenix. See you later.